Did you know that a man executed as a criminal 2,000 years ago is still changing lives today? His name was Jesus of Nazareth. Born in a stable. Raised by a carpenter. He owned nothing. Commanded no army. Held no political office. Yet he walked into history and split time itself in half. He healed the blind. Raised the dead. Fed thousands with almost nothing. But the religious leaders feared him. The Romans wanted him silenced. So they nailed him to a cross on a hill called Golgotha. 3 days passed. Then the tomb was empty. Over 500 eyewitnesses reported seeing him alive. His terrified disciples suddenly became fearless, willing to die rather than deny what they had seen. He didn't just claim to be a teacher. He said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Not a way. The way. 2 millennia later, billions still call on his name. Not as a memory. Not as a legend. But as a living God who answers. History's greatest question isn't whether he existed. It's what you will do with him.
Do all the good you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, for all the people you can. Spread kindness like wildfire, let compassion lead your way. Wherever you are, whatever you do, let your heart be full of giving, because every little good you do adds up to something great. And remember, the world needs your light, so shine bright always.
Did you know that over 2 billion people across the world stake their entire lives on one man who died and came back? His name was Jesus of Nazareth. Born in a manger. Raised in poverty. No army. No palace. No political power. Yet Roman emperors trembled at his name. He walked into storms and silenced them. He touched lepers nobody dared go near. He looked at dead men and called them back to life. Not legend. Eyewitnesses wrote it down while the wounds were still fresh. Then they crucified him. Nails through his hands. A crown of thorns pressed into his skull. He died on that cross, and the earth shook. 3 days later, the tomb was empty. Over 500 people saw him alive afterward. His followers were so certain, they chose death rather than deny it. He said something no other religious leader ever dared say. "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Not a way. The way. Buddha never rose. Muhammad never rose. Jesus did. And he said the door to heaven has only one key. His name. That's not religion. That's a living God.
Never regret being a good person, even to the wrong people. Your kindness, your integrity, that speaks volumes about who you are. Their actions, well, that speaks about them. Remember, their inability to appreciate or reciprocate doesn't diminish your worth. It only reveals their shortcomings. Keep being you, kind, strong, and true to your values. Don't let someone else's behavior make you question your goodness. You're not responsible for their actions, only for how you choose to show up in the world. Stay authentic, stay kind. It's their loss, not yours.
Did you know that over 2 billion people across the world believe one man conquered death itself? His name was Jesus of Nazareth, born in a stable, raised by a carpenter, no army, no palace, no political power. Yet he changed the entire course of human history. He healed the blind. He fed thousands with almost nothing. He spoke to storms and they stopped. But the most powerful thing he ever did wasn't a miracle. It was dying. Crucified on a cross outside Jerusalem, nailed through his hands and feet, he took every sin, every failure, every broken moment of every human life onto himself. 3 days later, the tomb was empty. Over 500 witnesses saw him alive. His disciples, once hiding in fear, suddenly stood before emperors without flinching. People don't die for something they know is a lie. He said it himself. "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Not a prophet, not a teacher, the living God. And he's not distant. He's not silent. He is alive right now, and he is calling your name.